I know, who's she? She's wearing a red lip, and I take it even a tad bit further, I'm wearing a Charlotte Tilbury quad. Yes, I just filmed a short slash reel slash TikTok with the Charlotte Tilbury Fire Rose quad, and I'm not talking in that video because it's just a very plain tutorial thing under a minute. But let me give you a quick glimpse into my thoughts of this palette, of this quad. It's not gonna lie. This is what I expected from every single Charlotte Tilbury quad, and I don't know if it's because I'm really digging the rats, if it is because I'm a sucker for oxbloods, or because this is truly a good formulation. Let alone this matte. It's the only matte that I used for this look. Absolutely stunning. The Beautyverse palette, that 9-pan Christmas palette from last year, has the same excellent formulation, and I even like the shimmers. This one here, it's the Super Pop shade. Oh, so fucking pretty. Everything in this palette works. What's going on with me? Who am I? Where are we? And spoiler alert, like for real, where the fuck are we? When are we? Because, spoiler, Urban Decay Naked is coming back this year. So, let's head right off into the new makeup releases. We're starting with this release from the brand Celine. If you have never heard about Celine, I myself only know them for their handbags. They have this very, very popular shaped handbags like this, and I kind of want to have one, but I'm also poor. Sorry, can't afford that much of a handbag, but they're coming out with makeup, and I think there is a bit of a misunderstanding what exactly this is. It took me a while to realize, and yeah, it also took me a while to just read the caption. So what we see here in this picture is actually just one single lipstick, and then this super weird looking palette. It says the remaining 14 shades pictured here in the gold palette will be released in January 2025 along with leather lip cases. So I assume this is not a palette that you will be able to purchase from Celine. This is just the samples of the upcoming lipstick shades. And from what I'm seeing here, honestly, this is very red heavy, isn't it? Is Celine a red brand? I do not picture them as a overly red brand. Like, for example, I would do with Louis Vuitton. But this, yeah, honestly, it is not really tempting to me. We do not have any prices yet. But do we need another luxury brand? Not gonna lie to you, we don't. I personally think that it's fine now. I get it that brands want to branch out into the makeup world, but not all of them do a good job at the end. I mean, Prada makeup is a fucking banger. Parts of the Louis Vuitton line are bangers. What else? Chanel. Okay, do we really consider Chanel makeup still designer makeup? Honestly, not so much anymore. Same as with Gucci. I don't consider them designer makeup. I consider them luxury makeup, yes. But do we need more designer brands branching out into the makeup world? I myself not. But I also, okay, honestly, that lip palette, if they would come out with this in a real palette, maybe even with this gold compact, but tad bit bigger pans, because I think it's a lot of wasted space in here. I think that if the formula is right, could be a hit, because those multi-purpose palettes are really getting back in trend, and when you can use these, and not gonna lie, you can use any lipstick also as cream blush, that could work, but yeah. For me, it's a skip. And I'm also not really seeing what the brand is actually going for. What is the vibe that Celine is going to give us? So I can already tell you the first items will be out in October. So it will be lipsticks and lip brushes. but it will be only one shade of the lipstick, and then you get the other palettes in January. And there are also common lip balms, mascaras, and face powders later in 2025. I'm not digging it. Buckle up, because this is going to be a rant. And to my, and maybe to your luck too, I already calmed down a bit, because when I saw this post, I was furious. I talked about the page Makeup on Your Radar a while back in my video, where I was talking about if brands and those makeup news pages are allowed, or if it's considered an okay behavior that they repost stuff from creators without asking them. And under that video, I got also comments that people were very icked out on Makeup on Your Radar because they finally saw it, thanks to my video, what Makeup on Your Radar is actually doing. And if you did not see this, or you are not aware of it, or you just do not pay the attention, Makeup on Your Radar is doing the tiniest bit of work. The person behind this makeup news page is only reposting shit, and she is copying every single word from the OG post down to the hashtags that the brand itself used. Then she's adding her fucking discount code, and then she's adding 2 like hashtags that she thought of herself. Whoa, what a genius. And this stealing and copying behavior is now rewarded by a brand with a collab. Honestly, if it's that easy, I should maybe start that too. I start stealing content from others. I start to copy their captions, their texts, their hashtags. I copy just, and then I get rewarded maybe after a year with a collab, and I make tons of money. I am so fucked up with this. I am so annoyed by this. I am only following the page still to this day because I want to see what cheap fuck brand is collabing with this stealing person. I don't get why people are praising her so much, why they are supporting her so much, and I myself, I deeply regret the fact that months ago, I mentioned her in one of those You Don't Need That Shit videos and said, oh, make sure you follow because her account got taken down. Honestly, I wish that every single account of hers gets taken down. And if I was a brand, honestly, or a creator, I would report her day in, day out, all day, all night, 24/7. Because she is doing no effort. She's even worse than Mama Shop. And the thing is, she's not even copying it right. She's not even putting a tad bit of effort to do a bit of research. Whenever there's an Asian beauty launch, for example, she always tags as brand Look Healthy Store. And they clearly are not the brand, it's just the shop. But it's easier for her, instead of just doing a bit of research, how the brand is actually called. I think the only brand where she does tag them is Cheeryep Makeup. But even there, she takes the pictures that Look Healthy Store posted, copies the pictures and the caption, and then the tad bit of effort that she puts into is tagging Cheeryep Makeup. I am so no thank you with this person, and I would love to tell everybody who commented under that post and was giving her the congrats, the praises, please think about this if this is really something that you want to support. I am all about people giving second chances. I am all about looking past things that owners do. But this person is constantly doing this. It's constantly giving this copycat vibe. She's worse than Makeup Revolution, honestly. She's not even like, oh, can I copy your homework? Yeah, but don't make it too obvious. And she's like one-on-one copying it. It's not even that. You know, pages like Trend Mood or Point Click Vibes, yes, they do not take their pictures by themselves too, but the minimal effort they put into their pages is they edit their own posts, they make screenshots by themselves, and they write their own fucking captions. And then, okay, it's still a bit of a moral thing. Yes, is it stealing? Is it not at one point? But they do not take other creators' posts. They do not copy the captions. They tag the right people, at least from what I've seen. Probably with the Asian stuff, they also mistag them, but I could go now on and on and on and on. But this copycat thing here is giving me so much ick. No, thank you. I just scrolled down her profile and she even this year did it again. She she posted the fucking the clue game from Nomad Cosmetics in her profile, and people wanted to enter the giveaway of Nomad Cosmetics. And honestly, I really have to call out Nomad Cosmetics here for even thanking them for the repost. Honestly, you as a brand, and it doesn't matter if it's Nomad or any other brand, it's your responsibility. Honestly, this is so wrong what she's doing. If she would have then just repost after the reveal a screenshot of all the clue posts, fine, that's okay. But people commented under her post their guessings. And they were that way not entering the giveaway, because the giveaway you only enter when you commented on the Nomad side. I am so fucking annoyed by this page. I want to vomit actually, because it's just so it's so out of my mind how insanely cheeky this is. Is cheeky the right word? I don't know. She even takes screenshots of other brands' posts and then fucks her code on the picture. Wow. I will definitely not shut up about this, because this is wrong what she's doing. And the fact that she's rewarded with a collab is just the most wrong signal in this industry, in this community, that I have seen in a long, long time. And all I can hope is that it's matching her copycat stealing shit with Makeup Revolution or some cheap ass dollar store brand. I should stop now because I think I rambled way too long about this. So let's head over to the next post. This is a new palette from Cheeryep Makeup, and I think it's called Jumping for Joy. Am I right? It's not really clear to me what this palette is actually called, because on the Cheeryep side I have only seen so far sneak peeks, but this post is from Look Healthy store. They do have already the insights and it's already listed in the shop. So if you want to get this very, very pink toned palette with a pop of this a super neon-y lime green, head over to Look Healthy store. The link is down below and you can save 12% with my code ELLAGRAM. It's a new arrival there and I'm pretty sure it's jumping of joy. But honestly, this palette is not for me. While I like the formulation of Cheeryep palettes, they are one of my favorite Asian brands. I do not like the color story of this one, and it's just too pink to me. It's all a bit too light, too mid-tone for me. I wish there was more depth. The shimmers though look very, very pretty. In one of those pictures, one of the shimmers, it's in this picture I show you, the first shimmer in the second row. It reminds me a lot of Space Cowboy from Urban Decay, so maybe if you get this palette and you even have Space Cowboy, you can make a comparison, or send me a screenshot of your swatch. I do have Space Cowboy, so I make a comparison with your picture, something like that. They look nice, but again, it's just not my personal color story, but the formulation of Cheeryep Makeup is outstandingly good. What is going on with Bobbi Brown? So there is a lot of things happening here on this picture that Angel Naked 1 shared with us. First of all, this is a collab with PacMan. Like, how random does Bobbi Brown want to get? Yes is the answer. First of all, if I see that correctly, there are some products that are just repackaged. So I think the powder just got a special packaging. The highlighter I think is an existing shade, and I see a vitamin enriched face base. That is also not new. It just gets a limited edition packaging. And that smooth cleansing oil is also not new. The lipstick shades, I don't know, maybe they are new, maybe they're not, can't really tell, but let's talk about the eyeshadow palette. First of all, if you just 1 second thought about this palette, just delete it, because if you cover that blue, it is just a plain neutral palette with a pop of 2 blues. Gives a bit of Pat McGrath vibes. We're going to talk about her in a second. And what is it with the pans? Did they kind of get the idea from Hermes? Because they're doing it in their quads too, and I fucking hate it. I don't want to have pans with different shapes. I don't want to. Please, please stop it. I like the Bobbi Brown shimmer formulation as long as it's in their baked shades. They are very, very impactful, very shimmery, very rich, and they just slap you with glitter. But I feel like Bobbi Brown, since Bobbi Brown itself just very much step back out of the brand, there is something happening. I know that Bobbi Brown is just a daughter thing to Estee Lauder. They are part of the Estee Lauder group. And while I have to admit that I don't think that Bobbi Brown has been cursed by the grudge, it's kind of getting there. I really do not like this collection. And again, Bobbi Brown and PacMan is the same weird vibe as we got, I think, in the beginning of this year when we had the Bobbi Brown X Powerpuff Girls. Why? So if it's not clear enough, no thank you, I'm out. I don't know when we managed to time travel, but someone clearly made it possible, went back in time, robbed a warehouse of Urban Decay, and brought the OG Naked to us in 2024. This is a limited edition re-release, so I assume they did not change anything in the formulation, and it is currently only listed on the Ulta app or website, and it will be available August 4th in stores too, I saw somewhere. Not gonna lie to you, I want to have this. I know, not my vibe, really not. And I'm kind of annoyed by the Urban Decay formulation. I love my little space cowboy palette that I have, one of the 4 pans. But everything else I decluttered over the years. But I never had Naked. And I really wish, fingers crossed, that this will come to the EU. Maybe with a bit of a delay. If you didn't know, Urban Decay completely removed itself out of the EU, but there is still some stores like Look Fantastic has some Urban Decay things. Then we have some German stores like Flaconi. I think they do have Urban Decay stuff. Beauty Bay every now and then lists new Urban Decay shit. So I really, really hope that this Naked palette is coming to the EU, because I will buy this. And if it's just for the nostalgic, I buy this. Beauty Bay, talking about them, they came out with new products in their line. So if you didn't know, Beauty Bay is not only a shop, Beauty Bay is also a brand. So they do have their own products, and it's not only eyeshadows. I think that's what they're mostly known of, but they also have like liquid blushes, liquid highlighters, and now they also have liquid bronzers, but they also have these in powder form. So there are already powder bronzers and powder blush. Powder bronzers? Yes, I think. And powder blushes. I have to admit that the colors do not look very appealing to me. So, yeah, while I was thinking a bit, maybe fudge is it for me. It's described as light caramel with a neutral undertone. It does not look right. Cocoa looks very interesting because it's a warm brown with a reddish undertone, and a lot of people with pale skin actually can't cope with red bronzers because they look quite natural on our skin tone. But again, it's nothing actually that I want to wear. I'm not really keen to this, so this is an easy skip, but let me just tell you in general, the Beauty Bay formulation in these liquid formats is quite nice. I had one of their liquid blushes that I tested. The color was just not for me, but the quality was good. I do have 2 of the liquid highlighters that are very, very good, and I have 2 of their liquid blushes, not blushes, liquid eyeshadows that came out last year with the Metamorphic palette, and they are also very, very good. So maybe if you're on the hunt for an affordable one, this is the one to go. By the way, I do have an affiliate link for Beauty Bay in my description in the info box. So one is through ShopMy where you can buy it, but for the US people, I now also have a very specific Beauty Bay US affiliate link that they offered me. So if you want to use that, that's fine too. And now, my friends, prepare yourself, take a sip. You know what? I take a sip. And while I was drinking, I was sitting here like, did I even tell you what I'm wearing on my lips? Because I said in the intro, who is she? He's wearing a red lip. I revisited the Dior Forever. No, what are they called? Rouge Dior Forever Liquid. The glitter ones that came out last year for the holidays. And this is the shade 883. Let's go into this fever dream of makeup release. Okay, now that we recovered from our strokes while we saw this, I want to talk about a few things that I have seen here. First of all, I want to I want to point out the fact that literally nobody in this video applied the makeup that they showed. There was nothing on their brushes. There was no visible contact of product with their skin. There was no real application. It was all just show. Even with the lip product, she is just putting the either empty component or it's just completely wiped down thing on her lips. It's one of those clickable pens. First of all, I never heard about the brand Beauty Creations, so I was sent this post. Danielle, Danielle, thank you for sending me this. I will plan my revenge for this. To be fair here, maybe this is not really tickling me, and maybe I'm making fun of this a bit because I never was into My Little Pony when I was a child. It was not my thing. Same as the Polly Pocket, you know, the little plastic dolls, and they had like big houses, and it was really expensive. Not even back then, like even today, these pieces are collector's items. They cost thousands of euros, these old toys. Maybe that's because I really don't understand this, but I think the combo out of the choice of clothing, the theming of the makeup, and the fact that they're not even showcasing their collection on themselves in this video and are just holding up empty brushes and empty applicators to their face makes this a bit ridiculous. I don't know. Were you a pony girl? Is My Little Pony a thing? Am I missing something? To me, I think if it's not obvious enough, I can absolutely skip this. No, thank you. What I cannot skip is this. Okay, serious talk. We really need to talk here. Why am I so drawn to this? Not only because of the fact that this smells like caramel apple. What is this? And I even tried, you know, to cover the greeny shade. I tried to cover the oxblood and the two reds, and I'm still drawn to this palette. Honestly, I will so buy this as soon as this lands in Germany. For now, this is only available in the States, but I'm pretty sure it will come to Germany. This looks like the perfect transition palette into fall, and I'm not even into seasonal makeup. But this makes me so excited. But again, Too Faced printed their fucking shade names on top of the pan. Why are you doing this, Too Faced? Please don't do this. You weren't like this before. Why am I so drawn to this palette? The swatches look like shit, not gonna lie. They don't look good. The looks they posted, they don't look good. But then I see this palette and I'm like, yeah, this is nice. This is pretty. Oh, fuck it. I have to watch the European market when this lands. I actually check all the sites where Too Faced is sold every morning currently when I wake up. And if my hype for this and the fact that I really want this palette is still there once it's available, I will buy this. I will so buy this. Maybe this is a mistake. No, this is a mistake. This is definitely a waste of money, and I know that this will hurt me, and I know it will disappoint me, but it's the same with that guy or girl that you really love and like, but they're always ghosting you, but you're still coming back to them as soon as they give you the saddest bit of attention, but then they're ghosting you again, and you're like, okay, that was a lost time, but then you see them, and you're like, yeah, well, you're actually pretty, and I really like you, but then you're ghosting me. Okay, you know where this is going to? This is how I feel about Too Faced palettes. Maybe this is because one of my very, very first more higher end palettes was the OG chocolate bar. Not the one in the thinned metal packaging, the one in the bulky big packaging. And this palette I destroyed, I ripped, I used it. I nearly used it up. There were so many pans, so many empty shades in this. It was my go-to safe space palette. And I had it until like 5 years ago or so. I didn't declutter this in the past 10 years. I decluttered this in the past 5 years somewhere. It was really, really bad, actually. So if I think about the quality now and what we know now in the beauty industry, I think this is a very bad palette, but I loved it so much. And maybe that's why I'm a bit biased with Too Faced. I have emotional connection with this. What I do not have an emotional connection with is this new Pat McGrath release. Okay, can we please just talk about the fact that this is 2 quads. So everything else in that, what's it called? The Sublime Blooms collection are repeats. There's no new except for the 2 quads, and not even the quads are new, so don't dare you to buy this shit. But of course the Pat McGrath stands are praising this launch, but honestly, this is so bad. I'm honestly not really sure if these shades are like true repeats. I was sent from others like comparison posts already that they did with their existing collection, but honestly I'm very, very sure that with the neutral quad you definitely have it as soon as you have any other Pat McGrath palette. And with the other one, honestly, she went a bit into a blue color story with her holiday releases. I don't think that this is needed. And if you are still tempted, let me tell you, this is not the heavy, luxury feeling, high quality plastic quad packaging that you get with motherships. No. This is cardboard. This is Quint cardboard. This is bad cardboard Bridgerton collection makeup. And she's charging $56 for this. I don't really know what the other quads were charged, but I got some messages saying that the plastic quads were like $6 or $8 more than this cardboard one. So honestly, Pat McGrath at this point is fooling us with this release. And while I discussed this with some people and one of them were like, yeah, there were in one post hints on the new mothership, I have the fear that we will not get a mothership this year because of this release. Because actually, at this time of the year, mid to end July, usually is mothership time. I don't know if she's going to release a mothership close to this one, or if mothership this year maybe comes as a special holiday palette. If we are unlucky, we get an old mothership repackaged in a gold packaging. Oh yeah, that's going to be fun. Haven't we got this year already with mothership 6 or so? Or 7 or 8? I don't know. This is beyond disappointing, and I have to admit I'm currently craving my motherships. So once I'm done with all the new palettes that I want to test, I kind of want to dig a bit into a Pat McGrath moment and do videos with them, maybe 2 looks with each mothership or so, and then do a new video series. I'm really craving them, but I'm not craving the new Pat McGrath. Maybe it's a bit of nostalgia, maybe it's a bit of I can't let go. I'm still wearing that heart-shaped glasses and I look back at the past of Pat McGrath because I deny to accept that they are really getting cheap and redundant. And the last thing I want to talk about is this new release from Terra Cosmetics. Thank you for tagging me in a post from the beauty news website that I refuse to talk about now. I went to the Terra Cosmetics Instagram account and screenshotted the post there, and it says, new launch alert, our Celestial Dusk collection drops August 2nd at 7 p.m. ET, 11 duochromes and 3 new mattes. I'm tempted. I'm very, very tempted in this, but I do have a bit of a problem with Terra Cosmetics because of what happened last year with the Crystal Clear makeup launch and the way they acted. So if I get this or not will be very, very depending on A, how much will this cost? B, can I get this in a set or are these singles and I have to buy every single one, or can I get this in a full palette? And C, what is my husband going to say about this? Because I really want to get the Bella Beauté bar launch. But if I had to choose between the Bella Beauté bar launch and the Terra Moon one, I would get the Terra Moon actually, because I never tried Terra Cosmetics. It would be my very first time in this. So that's basically it. How did we do? Did you snatch anything? Do you want to grab anything? Let me know in the comments down below. Make sure to subscribe so you do not miss out any videos, and I'll see you in the next one.